100-yard dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Travel. He's checking. Crash. Check nickel. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start. They're a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Right there, 54, right there. 54.
Looking to throw. Eason, and that's Elliott, complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Eason lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
At the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th? And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. 20. The fake punt works to absolute perfection as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Let's go now. 91. 54. Danny. Hey, Haywood. 54, right there. 54 miles.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
55.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays. Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
On the ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it's 2nd down. Now Rashad Penny looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Third and long, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. That'll be caught by Rice. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing is Wilson. Forced out to his left. He can diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
Yeah, big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. So right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play here for the Cowboys. 62 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
You draw forfeit. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check 9, check 9. Switch, switch. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average. As this time they're able to get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards.
So on 4th down, Jason Garrett sends in. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And a special play there by the special teams. It's one thing to fake it. He ran it in for the score.
I think the special teams coach saw something on film in preparation for this game, told the head coach now's the time. He got the green light, and they worked it to perfection.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Yeah, they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go.
Penny, a first down carry. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Wilson, flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also cost him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Now it's Penny. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, Wilson got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Pull it high. Check, 59.
34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Big ass, big ass, big ass. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Stop your whining. Check. Lucky. Let's go.
On third down, Elliott. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
He has a...
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
DK Metcalf, 31 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. The lead cut to just 4 as they... This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Wide. Get wide. Check 3.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On second down, here's Penny. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's Wilson, buying time to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On first down, Wilson. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's second down. They'll toss it to Penny. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rice, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Wilson, 2 straight shots on the ground now. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason, caught by Cobb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 26 yards. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to regain the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to do. You know they'll make some adjustments.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
Now Elliott. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 63 yards, as they have taken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Tempo, tempo.
Tyler Lockett. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. Back now in Arlington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Rice, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd and goal, Wilson being chased, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
64, weak, 5.
To throw again. Eason got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
No. Watch twist.
On 3rd down, it's Elliott. Now he's going to be very close to a 1st down. Good running, but looks like he's a yard short. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They'll run it again with Penny. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Play action. Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off play action. Eason. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Ready.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Watch the ball. X3. 218. Chopper. Snap.
2nd and 5. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They go to Elliott again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 31. Check 31. Check, check, check. 6-6. Bullet high. Bud.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Eason. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, 5. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, nice move.
Here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2nd and 13. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety.
Back to throw. Eason, he's going to find Gallup here complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Eason. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, Eason. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check, 59. Now! Tackle. Kill. Joker.
On 4th down, Eason. He's got his target. It's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts. But even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because...
Oh, no, lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
That's it. Big hit.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
It's our field. Hey, it's our round. Play out, play out, play out, play out. Set.
Now Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. On 4th down, Eason. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. After the interception, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 57's the mic. 19. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Here's Wilson, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona.